I'm Francis, a leadership enthusiast. Today, we're examining why people secretly stop respecting leaders and how leadership authority can collapse silently, long before the position itself is lost. If you're ready to challenge conventional thinking, subscribe, like this video, and share your thoughts in the comments. Let's begin. Respect rarely disappears in a dramatic moment. It does not collapse in public. It does not announce its departure. It erodes silently, in the minds of those who once believed in you. A leader can still hold the title, still occupy the office, still give orders, but something fundamental has changed. People obey, but they no longer believe. They comply, but they no longer respect. And the most dangerous part is this: many leaders never realize the exact moment they lost it. Today, we examine why people secretly stop respecting leaders and how authority collapses long before leadership ends. Respect does not come from position, it comes from perception. A title can give you authority, but only character can give you respect. History has shown this repeatedly. There are presidents who commanded entire nations yet were privately dismissed by their own inner circles. There are CEOs whose employees obeyed instructions but quietly lost faith in their judgment. There are commanders whose soldiers followed orders but no longer trusted their leadership. Because respect lives in the mind, it is granted voluntarily. And once withdrawn, it is almost impossible to force back. Leadership begins with authority, but it survives only on respect. Nothing destroys respect faster than inconsistency. When a leader's words and actions do not align, people notice. When leaders say one thing and do another, when their standards shift depending on convenience, when their principles bend under pressure, people begin to reassess them. Consistency signals strength. Inconsistency signals weakness. Consider Nelson Mandela. After 27 years in prison, he emerged without bitterness. He preached reconciliation, not revenge, and more importantly, he lived it. His consistency made his leadership unshakable. People can tolerate mistakes, but they cannot tolerate unpredictability of character, because inconsistency creates uncertainty, and uncertainty destroys trust. Leaders are always being observed, not only in moments of strength but in moments of pressure. When leaders lose emotional control through anger, panic, insecurity, or impulsive reactions, they reveal instability. Emotional discipline signals internal order. Emotional instability signals internal weakness. This does not mean leaders must be emotionless. It means they must be governed, not governed by emotion. People trust leaders who remain calm in chaos, because calmness signals command. When leaders become emotionally reactive, people begin to feel psychologically unsafe, and respect quietly begins to erode. Leadership is not about benefiting from responsibility. It is about carrying responsibility. The moment people perceive that a leader prioritizes personal comfort, ego, or image over collective welfare, respect begins to die. Because leadership is fundamentally a moral contract, people follow leaders because they believe the leader serves something greater than themselves. But when leaders begin serving themselves, the moral foundation collapses. History is filled with leaders who rose as servants and fell as self-protectors. Once people detect self-preservation replacing service, respect does not decline slowly. It collapses permanently. Leadership requires confrontation with reality, not avoidance of it. Leaders who delay necessary decisions, who avoid difficult truths, who refuse to confront problems, signal weakness. Because leadership is tested most in moments of discomfort, courage is not proven in ease. It is proven in difficulty. When leaders avoid hard decisions, people begin to question their strength. Not immediately, but gradually. People do not expect leaders to be perfect, but they expect leaders to be decisive. Indecision creates doubt, and doubt destroys respect. Integrity is the foundation of all lasting leadership. Without integrity, leadership becomes performance. Integrity means alignment between what is said, what is believed, and what is done. When leaders compromise integrity even in small ways, they fracture the psychological contract. Because people follow leaders they trust, not leaders they fear, not leaders they obey, leaders they trust. Trust, once broken, rarely returns to its original strength, and leadership without trust becomes fragile. Respect is not granted permanently. It is evaluated continuously. It is reinforced by consistency, protected by discipline, strengthened by courage, and sustained by integrity. Leadership does not fail in a single moment. It fails gradually, quietly, invisibly. And by the time it becomes visible, it is often too late to repair. The greatest leaders understand this truth. They do not protect their position, they protect their character. Because position gives authority, but character gives respect, and respect is the true foundation of leadership. Thank you for staying to the end. If this conversation challenged your perspective, subscribe, like the video, and leave a comment. I'd like to hear your thoughts. Join me again as we continue exploring the ideas that shape exceptional leadership, because leadership is not about power. It is about responsibility, discipline, and consequence. And those who understand this shape the course of history. Until next time.